Alright guys, welcome back to part 5 of the KZ camper project. We got a couple more things going on. I think I'm going to start making these videos a little shorter. I'm probably going to just start doing one topic at a time. Something me and the missus noticed we didn't like last time while we were camping was that there were no curtains. We're going to be installing blinds. I got these off of Amazon. I believe you say Aoski? Oski. I don't know. So these are cordless roller blinds. Each size goes for a different price. They range from, I think I got them anywhere between 40 to 60 bucks. For the bigger one, this is 50 inches. So I think that was like 60 something, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we're gonna be doing today. So the last time we went camping, after the sun goes down, you can clearly see everything inside the camper. When you have the lights on inside, it completely illuminates the inside of the camper. There's just zero privacy. Not to mention it would block some of the sunlight that comes in, which would probably keep the camper a little bit cooler. And these are supposed to be blackout shades. All right guys, let's get started. So the camper's not leveled right now. I'm about to get started installing these blinds. I'm gonna refrain from leveling the camper at the moment. What I got was this Milwaukee electric leveler. Each one of the windows, I could probably square it up and measure it. I'm going to level the seams of the window frame. I'm gonna match the level of the window frame with the blinds themselves instead of leveling the camper. I could level it at the moment, but I'm probably gonna move it here pretty soon. I just don't want to put the jacks down. I just wanted to show off this Milwaukee quick angle finding leveler. I think I bought this for about 30 bucks, and it was just a little tool that I found that I thought might be interesting. I've got a couple regular levels and probably about a 3.5 foot level. I mean, I don't know how accurate these things are. I just wanted to give it a try. I wanted to eventually put bubble levels on the frame by the jacks so it could kind of help me level the RV as I put those down. I just haven't got to it at the moment. I'll make another video about that later on. So if I can just eyeball it, I'll give this a try. We've got the old rod up right now. This was just for the old curtains. They didn't come with curtains when we bought the RV. Just gonna take these down. And there are several sets of screws in the wall. That makes me believe they had different sets of hardware for other curtains maybe. I'm not quite sure. I'm just gonna take them out and just throw them away, or maybe keep these screws, but either way I don't need them. And this one's gonna be the longest one, the window to the very rear of the camper. So this one was 50 inches. Part that unrolls should go flush with the wall. It came with a set of stainless screws, and then it came with 3 mounting brackets. I guess one of them's just extra in case it breaks. I'm not quite sure. There's not much space right there, if you can see. I mean, that's about the length of the bracket itself. So I just held it there flush against it, and then I'm gonna screw it against the wall. There's not a specific place to put it. It doesn't really matter where. It's got these slide brackets right there. So I think I could just clip it pretty much anywhere, then push it on. I'm just gonna do it on the inside. You know what, I could put a third one up. It's got this little bracket in the very center, so if you noticed I didn't put it right in the center because it's got a little lip right there. I didn't want it to throw off the height. I wanted it to remain the same level all the way down. You can see that. A little bit of water damage right there, I didn't know. Either that or the wallpaper spilling up, I'm not sure. It comes with a little D-ring handle that slips on the bottom side of this little metal part. I guess that would go, yeah, that's about even. The only bad thing is it kind of flaps. So now I'm gonna do the other 4 windows. It's the exact same brand. Like I said before, each one's just a different size. All right, so I'm gonna do this window next. I believe these are 38 inches a piece, if I'm not mistaken. Woo. So let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Oh, here's the cutting board that I made in my last video. If any of you guys have time, check it out. Solid oak. Here's all my spare screws. I just stick all my spare hardware in this little tub, just in case I need it next time. Alright, so that wasn't quite in the center. So those could have been a little longer, but I mean, it works out. I mean, it's not as flush as I would like it to the wall. It's as close as it's gonna get. That one looks good to me. What do you guys think? All right, so the next one we're gonna do is gonna be by the table. Alright, time for the brackets. Make sure you orientate them the right way. You can tell where the spring is, so you drop them there inside that J-hook. Beware, Chinese blinds. Alright, 3 down, 2 to go. We gotta take these old ones down first. Make sure it's lined up. So these are flush, like when you push them up against, they line up with the outside seams of the frame of the window on both sides. So I've got them sitting on there even. So when I bought them, I measured the outside of the window frame. So look, that's 25 inches. So if you guys are gonna buy these, look, that says 26 inches. I bought an extra inch because I wanted a ½ inch sitting on the outside of the window frame. But it turns out that it's an inch shorter than it's advertised as. Be careful with these blinds if you decide to go with this brand. Aoski. If I were to do it over again, I would probably buy a curtain that's 2 inches bigger than what you actually need. It's not completely blackout as well. It does let in a little bit of light around the edges, but I mean, it's not sitting completely flush with the window. But they don't look too bad. All right, time to do the last one. Let's take this hardware down. I'm having to do this video on top of the bed, so bear with me. It might be a little shaky. There you go. That's how you do it. Easy peasy. All right guys, like I said before, I'm gonna do a recap at the end of this video. I'm gonna start making my videos shorter and predominantly about one subject. Today I got all 5 sets of the curtains done. It didn't take me very long. It was pretty quick. I think taking the old hardware off took me longer than actually setting it up and aligning them in between the window. You don't have to get those brackets right on center. Like I showed you guys before, that rail proceeds all the way down the set of the blind, so you can just put them somewhere relatively in between both of the ends and just push them on there and they snap right on. So in the next videos to come, we're gonna take care of a couple malfunctions. The license plate ended up breaking off, that little bracket. Apparently they make these special tail lights that hold your license plate, and they also have a multi-stop turn license plate light, so it's got a see-through bottom plate. Those little brackets broke off the last time. After we got it parked at the house, I normally keep a tarp on top just to keep the sun and rain off, even though I think I do have it sealed up properly now. And then another thing I'm gonna replace in a future video, the hand crankcase to the satellite receiver. That little handle broke off. It's right here. So that plastic is just very brittle and old. It doesn't hold up. But that's going to be another thing we're going to take care of. Whenever we did take the camper out last, I've got the AC running inside the camper right now. It's very hot and humid outside. The power supply fan wouldn't kick on. This right here, I'm sure it's got a thermal switch wired in line with the power, allowing it to kick on and off. I'm gonna take that plate off and take a look at it. I'm not sure what the deal was. We had the AC running for almost all day while we were out doing things. I noticed that the breaker tripped. Whenever it did, I came down to fill the actual breaker and it was just extremely hot. And I noticed that the little cooling fan never turned on. So either the thermal switch is broken or the fan is broken. I'm not exactly sure. And another thing I'm very excited about, which this isn't a big necessity, I'm gonna install LED lights on the outside of the camper. I'm gonna have to order a switchboard and watch my future videos to come, and I'll do an unboxing and an install video on that. Alright guys, to everybody that's been watching, I'd like to thank all of you. Keep watching all my videos to come. Alright guys, thanks again. Bye.